Okay, Luke 22:36. Now this change is really insidious, and it's aimed mainly at Americans who are defending their gun use. And what it's doing is that is taking people off the narrow path and onto the path of violence. That's the whole purpose of this particular change. It's really egregious. I'm going to have a look at Bob now from Speaker's Corner. Now, Bob, he knows that I've called him a heretic and a blasphemer, and he's doing it here as well, like openly, and he's saying that Jesus got into a fight when he drove the sellers out of the temple. But here he's actually quoting that insidious change. I'll show you.
The Old Testament,
yeah.
and he did direct Israel to war.
Yeah, but God can make the decisions, man can't.
Exactly. And that's why when Jesus said to his disciples, go and sell your cloaks and buy swords, he was showing to the church that it has the authority of the sword.
That's an interesting reading of that verse.
Right? And because
Has the authority of a sword? No, that's... I'm so fed up with this. And there's so few people that are talking about it. And this video is called "Should Christians Defend Themselves with Violence?" Bob of Speaker's Corner. And I'll show you like this Jesuit stuff at the beginning of this nonsense. I'll show you. Look at this. Showing him as a hero, like a...
Let all that you do be done in love. A Christian, when they see their society collapsing around them, doesn't cower or run in fear. He doesn't stick his head in the sand and hope that it will all change and just go away and be all right. He doesn't throw up his hands and say all is lost. A true man, when he sees a challenge, he rises to the challenge. He digs deep within his own soul to find the strength to do what is necessary to meet the challenge in front of him. And this is what is
music in the background.
That means that when we see our society collapsing around us, we don't run away. We don't go and trail the opposition as Andrew Tate did. We don't...
Sorry, they were showing some crusaders. I don't know what part. Oh yeah, I think it was.
And to suffer in his way.
Sun worship. Yeah, sorry. I don't know what part, but they show the crusaders in this marching off to war. And Jesus said, he said, love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, and he expounded on this, and he said, even the pagans love those that love them. So what good are you? If you can't do that. And later on in the Romans, it says, I'll come to it later anyway. But the thing is, it's not just these things like turn the other cheek. Hang on. Turn the other cheek, love your enemies. There's so much more, and I'm just going to read you out some, a lot. Hebrews 13:2. That's where they entertain the angels. They're unaware. They entertain strangers. Hebrews, be sure to welcome strangers. Leviticus 19:33-34. Do not mistreat the stranger. Matthew 25:31-46. Whatever you do for one of the least of these, you do for me. Exodus 23:9. Do not oppress a foreigner. You yourself know how it feels because you were foreigners in Egypt. Ezekiel 47:22. Render true judgment. Show kindness and mercy to one another. Do not oppose the widow, the orphan, the foreigner or the poor. That word foreigner is now changed to alien, actually. Deuteronomy 10:18 to 19. Defend the cause of the fatherless and the widow and the foreigner residing among you. Ezekiel 47:22. Render true judgment. Now, when we get on to Romans, this is from the Romans 12:2, it says, do not conform to the world. That means that we must be different. And I think that the fact that we must turn the other cheek, that makes us very different from the world. And Romans 12:9, honour one another above self. Romans 14:18, bless those who persecute you. Romans 17, do not repay with evil. 19, do not revenge. 21, do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. And there's only way to do that, and that is through prayer and fasting, not violence, not buying any sword. Because at the end of the day, you know what God said? God said, vengeance is mine. Do you get that? I'm out.